Hinayana monks, because of their false belief in Buddha Shakyamuni, have ruined their monks' lives. They imitate the Mahayana monks. They believe that Buddha Shakyamuni is a god, a saint, a god with the power to save them from disaster and suffering. They especially believe in the Mahayana propaganda, monks become immortals, fly to heaven. Then they chant together, praying for Buddha Shakyamuni to bless them and their families with peace and safety, to overcome disasters. They only blindly believe in Buddha Shakyamuni, but they do not have right views and right thinking according to Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings. You see, they know clearly when Buddha Shakyamuni preached. 1. Buddha Shakyamuni affirmed, "I am the one who shows the way." In today's terms, I am the teacher who teaches you how to practice, develop wisdom and intelligence. 2. They knew clearly that Buddha's wife Dedudala and his only son Rahula, these two had practiced extremely asceticism, more than the monks of the same time who had just attained arhatship. The most touching was Mrs. Dedudala, who was a queen, enjoying wealth and power, and had great power and authority. But she secretly followed her husband, she slept on the ground, ate frugally, and dressed normally as if her husband were practicing in a faraway land, and Rahula, the 10-year-old boy, was enlightened when the Buddha taught that this body is not me, not mine, and not myself. Rahula immediately came to his senses and said, "My body is not me, not mine, not my ego. So why should I serve it? Well, I will stop begging and return to my hermitage to continue practicing the Dharma of impermanence." A few days later, Rahula attained arahantship. Obviously, Buddha did not save them. They themselves had to awaken and practice to attain enlightenment. Is that right? 3. Any monk who, after 4 months of solitary confinement, was able to endure and asked Buddha Shakyamuni to continue his practice, Buddha Shakyamuni gave each monk a dharma. Whoever completed his practice attained the fruit of arhat. But why did no monk raise questions to find the truth? Why did the Buddha give each person one dharma and only one? Whoever completed the practice would attain the fruit of arhat. What does it mean to complete the practice? What does arhat mean? If any monk knows how to think, he will find the truth. Now, thanks to Master Tan Tien, after finishing his practice, I know clearly that, when the Buddha gives a dharma to a bhikkhu, the Buddha knows that the dharma is suitable for the bhikkhu's characteristics. If that bhikkhu practices the dharma that the Buddha gives into his mind, then the bhikkhu's mind becomes the same as the Buddha's. After finishing the practice, it means practicing to let the dharma enter the mind. When the dharma enters the mind automatically enters into a state of stillness and concentration. Entering meditation is attaining the fruit of arhat. Arhat is the end of suffering, the freedom from defilements, not a saint or god. But after finishing his practice, Master Tan Tien discovered that an arhat is a person of great health and extraordinary intelligence. Evidence: Master Thong Lak was an ordinary monk. When he finished his practice, then, his health is good. Super intelligence, he became a famous enlightened master in the world with the scriptures he opened to humanity, helping them understand the Dharma and enlightening the suffering souls in the world. He said, "Blind monks are leading Buddhists into darkness and ignorance, living like maggots crawling in a pile of dung, mistakenly thinking it is the Western paradise. This is the truth." Drug addicts think that cocaine is a precious medicine, right? 4. They knew well the monastic life of Mr. Chalabanda. Mr. Chalabanda was a special layman. He followed the Buddha to listen to the Dharma. For many years, wherever the Buddha preached, he was there. At the same time, he always sought out the monks who were practicing according to the Buddha. Until the time he decided to devote himself to the practice, he said to Buddha, "Venerable Sir, you teach too many dharmas. I am stupid and have no memory, please Venerable Sir give me the Dharma to practice." Buddha said, "Whatever method you choose to bring your mind to stillness, your work is done." Of course, during his long time following the Buddha, Chalibandiasi chose his own Dharma. After that, he decided to return home, practice as a layman, and attain the fruit of arhat. The Mahayana propagandists claim that Mr. Chalapanthaka is an ignorant person with no memory, Really, everyone practice thinking, find the truth. If Hinayana monks do not become superstitious, do not blindly believe in Buddha as a saint, but clearly understand that Buddha Shakyamuni is a teacher of practice, like a lecturer teaching students to study and become successful, then they themselves must cooperate with Master Thong Lak, build the true Dharma, teach future generations to practice together, to improve their lives to be as good as Buddha Shakyamuni, like Master Thong Lak. But it's not too late. Fortunately, Master Ton Tien established the website Net. If the Hinayana monks are awakened and determined to establish a Dharma teaching committee for the masses, then that would be responding to the Buddha and Master Thong Lak, teaching Buddhists to practice according to the Gautama Dharma. How precious that would be. Knowing and correcting mistakes is the hero's victory.